Well, greetings, salutations, and good Friday mid-morning. It's a great day to wake up and play some baseball in the state championship super regionals in the 4A classification. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, and we are live at Desert Hills High School for Game 2 of this 3-game series. Yesterday, Caden, the Thunder, took Game 1. Tight one, though, 3-2. The final score. Stansbury's ace pitched to Jim, but a Stokely Tate bomb over the scoreboard in left center tied the game, and then Jace Fillmore in the 5th, an RBI game-winning single. Andrew Wiley gets the win, goes the distance on the bump for the Thunder. But a tighter game than maybe people thought for the #1 overall seed in the entire 4A state baseball tournament.
You know, it is, but you got to give the credit where credit is due. It was on the mound. Stansbury has a pitcher that, you know, he's college commit. He's a good pitcher, and so they were throwing him yesterday, and it definitely paid off in some ways. Obviously, it didn't pay off in a win. You know, for the Stallions, they would have loved to have seen that be a win, but you can see that they're able to hold Desert Hills at the very least when it comes to scoring. On the other side, though, for Desert Hills, you're also proving that your defense works, right? So good defensive game yesterday on both sides, kind of like the game we were broadcasting last night, Crimson Cliffs and Mountain Crest. A lot of good defensive games here in the Super Regional round so far.
Let's get you caught up to speed before we dive into the pregame festivities. Pregame built by Bucks Ace Hardware, stopped by one of the 3 Southern Utah locations. Last night, Snow Canyon beat Uinta 10-0. Dixie was behind early, but come roaring back to win 13-5 over Westfield. Mentioned Desert Hills 3-2 winner and Crimson 2-0. So all of the top 4 seeds out of Region 9 winners. And, of course, they were all at home. And here we go with Game 2. The 2 road teams from Region 9, though, lost yesterday. Park City was down to Cedar 2-0, but ended up just coming alive. A home run sparked, I think, 6 straight hits for the Miners. They go on to win 13-2. And Pineview got a gem from Tristan Sylvester, but it was not enough. Timpanogos beats them 2-0. So Cedar's got to win 2 today. Pineview's got to win 2. And all the 4 Region 9 home teams, Snow Canyon, Desert Hills, Crimson, and Dixie, they need to win Game 2. They don't want to mess around with a Game 3 and use up any more pitching. They'd love to close these best-of-3 series out. You're right, Caden. We have switched fields. We did Crimson last night trying to jump around. If there is an if-necessary game, if Stansbury wins this game coming up here at 11 o'clock, we will bring you the decisive Game 3 probably about 30 minutes following the conclusion of this Game 2. But we'll wait and we'll see. Of course, softball going on. Hurricane got a 6-5 win yesterday on the road. Crimson got a 1-0 victory on the road up at Logan. Gracie Stuckey pitched to Jim. Of course, Desert Hills softball, they won last night, 10-run rule. They're going to play Game 2 at the same time as this baseball game, so we'll have eyes on the Thunder softball team. They're the #2 overall seed in the 4A state softball championships.
Yeah, we've got a lot of baseball, a lot of softball all across the state of Utah. Good first day of the Super Regional yesterday. Lots of good games, a lot more to come today, potentially some double headers, of course. So we'll be keeping an eye on the scores, especially, I mean, this is one of the earlier games that we're doing here. The 11 o'clock start is a very early start time for most of the Super Regionals. A lot of them are going to be starting at either noon or 1, probably most rolling in at 1. So don't be expecting too many live scoring updates until maybe later in the ball game today. But, of course, if we do get updates, we'll be bringing them to you today.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, let's dive into the Everbowl keys to the game. Let's get you a look at the Sport Court of Southern Utah starting lineup. It's all coming up when we come back.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Own property and want to rent it? Then you need the right team with 13 years of local experience. Aim to maximize your rental income and find quality tenants while keeping turnover low to increase your revenue and truly maintain your property. Learn more at redrockpropertymanagement.com.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Coral Canyon Golf Course, and City of St. George Recreation.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Good morning here on the Fan Sports Network. And we're closing in less than 10 minutes away from the first pitch. Thunder took their in and out, and now Stansbury taking their in and out. Let's break down the pitching matchup before we dive into the keys to the game. Jax Tolman for the Thunder, Kate, and he is going to get the ball from skipper Kevin Cave. And Jax Tolman's only a sophomore, but he was starting as a freshman, first base or third base, pitched a lot of innings, so he's got a lot of experience. He just turned 16, got his driver's license in April, and he'll be getting the ball in this game. He's got a fastball, about 85 on the high end of the velo. He's got a slider, a curveball, and a good changeup. So a very good pitcher. The season statistics for Jax Tolman this year, who wears number 15, it hasn't been bad. He's been really solid, 20 innings of work, so he's seen some good work. They got a lot of different arms that they can throw. He was wearing 44. He's wearing 15 now. ERA's up there a little bit. He's 3-0, but he's got a 4.90 ERA in 8 appearances this year. Like I mentioned, 20 innings and opponents on Jax Tolman hitting 280. So they need a quality start from Jax Tolman. Let's take a look at Stansbury's pitcher. They started their ace, but they got another lefty that I think they're going to throw in this game.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing a guy named Beckham Rowley here today. So we'll see what he brings to the table in this one because, you know, Stansbury, again, when it comes to pitching, it's going to be very necessary because there's so many hitters in the lineup here for the Thunder. So you want to make sure you got someone with some decent numbers on the bump.
Rowley 4-3 this season. ERA's at 2.17 in 11 appearances. He has 1 save. And then, of course, you look at the other statistics on Rowley. 38 2/3 of work, 40 strikeouts, but pretty high 26 walks. So don't love that ratio. He's only given up 1 home run all year, and opponents are hitting only 180 against him. So they don't hit him really well, but he does give a lot of free passes. So we're going to have to see if they keep the ball in play and make this Stansbury defense work a little bit. All right, let's take a look at our Everbowl keys to the game. Everbowl over there next to Dick's Sporting Goods in the Red Rock Commons. It's where St. George gets their superfood fix. How about Desert Hills? Let's start with the Thunder.
Yeah, let's start there. You know, for them, it's get the bats going. We talked about the lineup. It's a great lineup. They can hit really well, but listen, they struggled yesterday. So for them, they got to get the bats going, and they got to get it going early, try to get guys on base, and of course, then try to capitalize from there.
And you look at the team batting average, and you mentioned only 3 runs yesterday. This is a team as a collective unit that's hitting 370 this year. So one of the highest team batting averages in the entire state.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a fantastic batting average. So if they can get those going, that's going to be great for them. A quality start goes right along there with it, but it also goes along to the pitching, right? Throw strikes. On the defensive side, you want a good start as well. You don't want to allow Stansbury to get on base. You want to make sure that you're pitching to contact. Don't walk guys. That kind of stuff is going to be really important. And then, of course, manufacturing runs. For Desert Hills, that does mean finding ways to get on base, right? If you can draw a walk, do so. If you can put the ball into play, that's all that matters. Just get guys on base and then aggressive base running from there to try to get around and score some runs.
All right, there's your Everbowl keys to the game. You look at the seeding, you can look at the records, but you kind of, at this point, the body of work is the body of work. You kind of throw that all out of the park. And Jason Jones has been leading this Stallion program since I think he got hired in July of 2018. And he's got 94 wins, 66 losses in 7 seasons. So, and they got to be kind of confident that they played the number 1 overall seed to a 1-run game, but he knows it's a tall order, and every pitch, every at-bat, every moment matters when you're trying to beat the number 1 seed 2 times in a row to stay alive in your season.
Yeah, a big part of it is not making mistakes, right? You don't want errors. You don't want mistakes. You got to make sure that you're playing good, smart baseball, because otherwise it's going to be tough. They have a lot of seniors on this team as well. I want to say it's like, I could be wrong, but like 7, 8 seniors. I mean, it's a senior-heavy team, so there's a lot of them that they want to try to go out on top if they possibly can, but of course that's difficult.
All right, Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. We're going to take a break for our anthem. We'll come back. Starting lineups, first pitch. We'll also pick our Findlay Subaru star of the game coming up when we come back.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Bucks Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Findlay Subaru.
Back here at Desert Hills High School, Thunder Field. What's going on your Friday? 11 o'clock first pitch. Game 2 in this best-of-3 series between the Stansbury Stallions and the number 1 overall seed, Desert Hills Thunder. You take a look at the seeding. Stansbury's the 16 seed. They beat Juan Diego to get into this super regional. Desert Hills, of course, had the bye last week, so they had to shake off a little rust yesterday. This is the Bucks Ace Hardware pregame show. Let's turn our attention to one of the other things we like to do. We're going to name a Findlay Subaru star of the game. Who do you want to zero in on in our Findlay Subaru star watch before we throw out the first pitch, Caden?
Well, let's start with Desert Hills, who's going to be coming up to bat here in just a second. I like to go, I kind of want to go Hagen Reed, you know.
Good call.
I think there are so many guys on this lineup. I'm feeling Hagen Reed today. He's batting third in the lineup, playing right field. If he can get a hot bat going, he can be extremely dangerous. And then on the other side, let's go with the other right fielder, also batting third in the lineup, and that's Xavier Patch, who also is batting at a high clip. And we can maybe see some fireworks from both of the right fielders here today from the Stansbury Stallions side and the Desert Hills Thunder side.
Our officials tonight, Rim, he goes by Rim. Remington, I believe, is his first name. I can't remember his last name, is our home plate umpire. Big Rim. We got Tim Welch and Jason Clark. Those are our officials for the game. Let's take a look at the starting lineups, brought to you by Sport Court of Southern Utah. And if you haven't heard, Sport Court is giving away a $5,000 scholarship in the next couple of weeks to a local student athlete in Southern Utah, Iron County, Washington County. If you want to nominate them, go do so at thefansportsnetwork.com on our contest page, and it could be you picking up $5,000 for college. Desert Hills, Crew Christensen at first, Harmon Skeen batting second at short, Hagen Reed in right, batting third, Willie behind the dish, and in the cleanup spot, Jace Fillmore, who had the game-winning RBI in the 5th, he'll be at second. Briggs, his little brother, will be at third. Jax Tolman on the bump. Stokely Tate, he covers a lot of ground out in center field. He had that 2-run bomb yesterday. And Isaac Swanson will DH. David Cordero Jr. will be out in left field. Let's play some baseball. Gonna flash that graphic back up. It's 1-1, and we can look at the Stansbury starters for you. Set the table defensively for the Stallions. Harris is short, Clark in center, Patch in right, Palmer the catcher, Zachary the DH, Adams the third baseman, Fergal at first, Skylar Jorgensen is at second, and Kai Estill is in left field, and Beckham Raleigh on the mound. And again, Stansbury is the home team for this game. Desert Hills last night, it's Stansbury in this one, and a pop-up by Crew Christensen out in the right field is caught for the first out of the game. Now, if it goes to a third game, Caden, I think they'll coin flip, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct, yeah. They'll coin flip if it needs to go to that point.
Here comes the number 2 hitter in the Thunder lineup, Mr. Harmon Skeen. Still an underclassman. This kid's got big-time potential. He's had a great season. And he takes that one high. Thunder have hit lefties well this year, but obviously lefty yesterday, they struggled just a little bit. So going back to a lefty for the Stallions today. And missing just a bit outside. So 2-0 to Harmon Skeen, a guy you got to be pretty careful with for the Thunder. Skeen hitting .466. Nothing to, and again, I mentioned .370, the team batting average for the Thunder, and Skeen's helping that out, .466. And that is the highest average of all the everyday guys on this team. Wilson's hitting .448. And there's a shot to third, but twisting foul. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Hagen Reed's hitting .424, the guy you picked as our Finley Subaru Star Watch.
Yeah, he's hitting well. He's in the on-deck circle at the moment, getting ready to come up here. But, yeah, again, the top part of this lineup has really good potential at getting hits, getting on base. This one's popped up.
It's going to get out of play over there towards the softball field. That does get down the first baseline over there on the softball field. They're underway over there. Thunder baseball, the number 1 seed in the 4A tournament. The softball team, the number 2 seed. Fastball downstairs, and it gets to the backstop.
Full count now, so anyone's move with 1 out, nobody on.
Just underway, Christensen led off, popped up, so 1 out, top of the first. Thunder the visitors again. And the pitch just a bit outside, and Harmon Skeen is aboard via the base on balls.
And this was one of the keys to the game, was making sure to just have some good, smart at-bats, get on base however you can. And if that's through a walk, whether that's through a hit, whether it's, you know, some other way, it doesn't matter. You don't want it to be a hit by pitch, but you'll take it.
And the pitch by Rowley.
It's a great pitch.
Well, mostly in the state of Utah, it's Rowley.
Rowley or Rowley? Which
yeah.
one?
It's Rowley.
Rowley. There we go.
My buddy, first roommate down here when I moved to St. George, Colby Rowley, and that's how he said his name, so that was what my assumption was. Pop up, going to be playable off the bat of Hagen Reed. Center fielder camping underneath it. Now he's going to dance back. That thing was higher than the Bryson DeChambeau pitching wedge. That was 200 feet up in the air.
Yeah, that thing was hit sky high. But it's out, number 2.
And Willie's walk-up, Italian.
I love his
He
walk-up.
got his mission
I think it's hilarious.
call
It's great.
to Italy.
Yeah, I love it.
And so he changed his walk-up song to That's Amore.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
You don't hear that. Most guys are playing Kendrick Lamar and SZA, and he's got...
I've said it all season. He has the best walk-up song in all of Region 9 baseball.
I don't know if I would go that far, but he's coming original. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
And he's got his mission call there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's unique. It's unique.
If you were choosing where to go to Mission, Italian food is my favorite food, so I would I would be down with that. Wilson's raking this year. Senior season, he's had a couple of injuries last couple years. He's had some off-season hip surgeries and a hot shot, but Rowley handles it no problem. Couple steps over, and after giving up the walk, no problem for Rowley. Going through that 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters. And no runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We've played half an inning. No score on our Wilkinson scoreboard between the Thunder and the Stallions on the Fan Sports Network.
Hello, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill.
Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice.
Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Today's game is brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Buck's Ace Hardware, Dealer Collision, and Finley Subaru.
That PA is loud.
Here you go.
The PA is rocking some wild horses. We've played a half an inning of baseball. Roley did a great job there in that first inning. Now Jax Tolman on the bump, the sophomore righty, getting his warm-up pitches in. And again, scheduled 7-inning baseball game. Stansbury ready to go. Andrew Harris, leadoff guy, the table setter for this Stallion team. Tolman, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. 4 pitches he will feature. 3-0 record. ERA up there, 4.90. Tolman, first pitch of the game for him, right down Broadway for a called strike one. Speaking of Broadway, you know the Broadway, there's a softball that got on the baseball field. That's going to happen. We're going to have baseballs and softballs with 2 games going at once. Clear that off the field, and we'll resume play. Lower Broadway. Remember watching the NFL draft in Nashville? Lower Broadway. Oh my gosh, that's the one Broadway street I would like to go to.
Have you ever been to Broadway in Nashville?
Nope.
Oh, I love Nashville, man. Nashville's great.
Actually, looking at a trip at the end of the month this month, just a little weekend getaway.
Yeah, Broadway's fun.
Live music.
Yep. Dozens of bars and restaurants, places just go hang out.
Did you go to the Grand Ole Opry when you were there?
I did go to the Grand Ole Opry. I saw Nate Smith in his debut at the Opry was there.
The World on Fire guy.
Yeah, back before he was really famous at all.
Tolman, 2-1 pitch, and that looked like a slider about 80 miles an hour, and a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Count evens up at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the first.
Tolman, there's a breaking ball. Slow roller out to first. A flip back to Tolman, covering, and there's the first out of the game. 1 up, 1 down. Good start for Tolman.
And good defense. And a heads up from Tolman to come on over and rush over to get the out. Of course, it shaded over to the right side for the first baseman, so he was too far away from the bag. And Tolman has to run over and get the tag out on the base.
Here comes the first pitch to Clark. I'm assuming this is Caden Clark's little brother. He's wearing the same number. Caden Clark, of course, signed with Utah Tech out of high school a few years ago. Was a great baseball player.
Yep.
Has since moved on from the program, but another CC wearing number 4. I'm going to guess that's little bro or a cousin. High. And it's 1-1. Nets on Fire pitch count today. Appreciate Nets on Fire, longtime great partner with us on the Fan Sports Network. Got a big high school basketball tournament where teams are welcome next weekend. Get all the details, netsonfire.org, building champions on and off the court. And a big old curveball that had some drop to it.
That's a massive drop to it. He had Clark stretching out for it, but again, the drop got him.
Clark hitting .333. He's behind in the count, 1-2 pitch coming. And a number off the hands towards the Stansbury dugout. Just a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Hey, it's Friday. Mother's Day is Sunday. Fabulous Freddy's has coupon books on sale. You get one free when you go through the drive-thru, and you get 30% off a pack of 10 at Fabulous Freddy's. And got him looking. A backwards K. Clark hits the bat into the turf. He's not happy. And that's the first Red Rock Real Estate strikeout of the game for Thunder pitcher, sophomore Jax Tolman.
Beautiful pitch. That was just a great at bat there for Tolman. You know, got him with that curveball on one, stretching for, got him looking there.
There's a lot of people parked in red zones. You have
a lot of people parked in red zones. I don't think that's me. I'm definitely not legally parked though. And there's a spinner down the line. David Cordero Jr. gets to it and makes the catch. DCJ coming up with a web gem. How about that? Out there in left field for Junior.
DCJ, listen, he's a friend of the show, friend of the Fan Sports Network. He's helped us out a ton this year, and man, here he is helping out the Desert Hills Thunder with the running over the rushing catch. Out number 3.
All right, we'll take a break. No score after an inning here on the Fan Sports Network.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best courses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and skate The Rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Today's game is brought to you by Down East, House of Jump, Udi and Associates, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Welcome back. Jace Fillmore set to lead things off here, top of the second for the Thunder. No score. Everybody buzzing in the stadium after that catch by David Cordero Jr. That was incredible.
That was probably potentially even a play of the game here in the first inning already. This was a phenomenal play by David Cordero Jr. out in left field.
It's at least a double. Might have been a triple, depending on where that ball carried him to if he doesn't get to it.
Well, if he doesn't get to it and he goes tumbling on the ground, center fielder's not there to help him out and back him up, so he's got to get up, get back to the ball, make a throw in. That's at least a triple.
Yeah, I agree. Rowley going back to work. That one just missing. Pretty good pitch, though, 1-1 the count. Remington Vader. Chad Vader. Son taking on a roll as a just like Pops. Slow roller out to second, 4-3 the put out. Pretty easy play to get Fillmore, who had the game-winning RBI hit last night in that 3-2 win for Desert Hills to take the 1-0 series lead.
Yeah, that was a very good defensive game yesterday that these two teams put up.
Of course, Jace rocking country for his walk-up. Now Briggs, just a sophomore, he's got country too. Little Hank. Of course, their dad Ryan and Brandy. Ryan grew up in Richfield. Got some, can't forget the country roots. Jason Briggs have been known to be seen around town wearing cowboy boots.
They are looking for you now. Move your car.
They keep announcing that there's some people blocking the buses that need to circle the upper lot here. I feel like we're right on the PA announcer today. We're right behind home plate. A little twisting foul ball chased down, and did he get to it? No.
No, but he dove out for it.
Heck of an effort.
Hopefully he's all right. I mean, he put the body on the line.
Was
there
that
to dive
Jorgensen
out.
coming over from second to try to, or from first? That was Fergal. And he's still down.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit to get up.
You see Jason Clark, the field umpire, checking on him over there, waiting for him to kind of
shake it off.
Do you think maybe
He's
the
still
air
down.
knocked out of him a little bit?
Maybe he is still down.
You got a
He's
coach.
He's sitting up, but he's.
You got the first base or somebody out of the dugout. There's a coach down there.
Yeah.
I'm blocked by the
I
Stansbury
can see
dugout.
just enough. They've got 3 coaches over there. He's sitting up. He's just kind of shaking it off. I think he's shaking his wrist too. So I don't know.
Maybe landed awkwardly trying to make that catch. Heck of an effort by Fergal, the first baseman. Hey, it's the playoffs. It's win and get another game, or it's lose and go home. You love the effort. That's what you want to see. If you're Stansbury and your Stansbury coach, Jason Jones, effort like that does not go unnoticed. Just hope he's okay.
No, he's shaking off his right hand.
The question,
he must have landed weird on it.
Re-entry, he can come back into the game.
Yeah.
If they decided to give him a few minutes. Of course, they'll have to come to home plate and let the umpire know he's kind of off towards the Stansbury dugout in case they do make a change. They're still looking at the wrist and hand area. And we've got an injury timeout here. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance, your local Southern Utah insurance leader. Great rates on home, auto, or life insurance. Premium's been going up. Doesn't hurt to compare and get a free quote today from Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster here. We're top of 2. Local fans, remember, in these best-of-3 Super Regionals, in Game 2, the visiting team gets to be home. So Desert Hills is technically the visitor. They don't make them switch dugouts. It's just an advantage to be the home team, certainly with the last at-bats if needed. In baseball, is that the biggest home field advantage of being the home team, is getting that last AB if you're chasing some runs? You know what you got to do to win a game.
It can be. It can be really important if you're playing from behind.
One thing I've noticed, though, in the NBA and NHL playoffs, like home court,
it doesn't matter.
It hasn't mattered much.
Home court doesn't matter for NBA or NHL. Again, baseball is the one sport where you do have a legit advantage if you are the home team.
I'm still reeling from last night's Vegas Golden Knights 5-4 loss to the Oilers.
The Oilers, man. That was a
heck of an effort
for the
by
Knights
the Knights.
fans, man. That's a tough one.
It was
tough one.
It was there for the taking. Briggsy fouls it off right in front of us here behind home plate. Again, Fillmore just a sophomore. You got a lot of seniors that played valuable roles on the team last year, but then you got sophomores like Skeen and Tolman and Fillmore mixed in with all these talented seniors like Hagan Reed, Jace Fillmore, Crew Christensen, Andrew Wilson, Stokely Tate, all seniors. I'm going to start naming seniors, and I'm going to stop short of everybody, but there's the core of them.
Briggs went chasing that one, and it went off the end of the bat. He had to stretch it out there to avoid a swinging strike 3, but he's able to get a bat on it to foul it away.
Briggs is the mighty might of Region 9, man. Little guy, but boy, he knows what to do with the bat. He's solid out there. I mean, you're starting on the number 1 team in the state, the number 1 seed in the 4A tournament. You're doing something, right?
Especially as a sophomore.
Yeah, and he's a mighty might, baby. And it doesn't matter if he's playing baseball, a pickup game of basketball, a round of golf. This kid's a competitor.
Well, he's doing a good job right now of protecting the plate. He worked an 0-2 count up to a 2-2 count.
And here comes the 2-2 pitch. With 1 out here, top of inning number 2, no score, time called. Rowley was about to start the delivery, and then time was called just in the nick. Beautiful day. Temperatures, the high today is supposed to be about 86. And a shot into right, and there's the first hit of the game off the bat of Briggs Fillmore.
Now batting, number 15, Jax Tolman.
Here comes Jax Tolman. Briggsy didn't try to do too much, fought off some pitches, then just went the other way and barreled it up nicely.
He did. He did exactly what he needed to do, which was just try to find a way to get on base. With just 1 out right now, there's still the likelihood he could try to send this one around and score.
Here is the pitcher, Jax Tolman, getting the nod today from skipper Kevin Cave and the Thunder. Get a bunt. Manufacture some runs. That was kind of one of our Everbull keys we talked about. Desert Hills, yeah, they hit at 370 as a team, but Kevin Cave not scared to do some execution, manufacture some runs, play some small ball, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And we'll see if Tolman squares the bunt again on a 1-0 count. Snap throw to first. Briggs back in plenty of time. Get that white jersey a little dirty. Get that red dirt on that white jersey.
You know, the one thing Desert Hills has been good at for years is playing small ball baseball. It's definitely something that they hang their hat on.
And Tolman taking there. And it missed high. 2-0 the count. We'll see how Rowley is affected with the runner on base.
Now, you tell me, are his batting gloves just straight up work gloves? Because those things look like something you'd use in the garden.
They look like some rawhide leather gloves you get at the store to go pick some weeds in the backyard, don't they?
They really do. There's no straps on those things.
That's.
I almost guarantee he bought those at Buck's Ace Hardware.
You put a little pine tar, a little Gorilla Glue, a little rosin, something on there, and those things work just fine. And we'll see a great pitch from Rowley, 100% hitting his spot there. Palmer, the catcher, just framed it up perfectly for the Stallion pitcher. 2-2 count. Here we go. 1 on, 1 out, top of 2. Checks the swing. It was high, full count, just missing upstairs, says our home plate umpire, Remington Vader.
This is a good battle here. Great pitcher on the mound in Rowley. He's really close to just painting the zone. Haven't been giving him every single one of those calls, but it's been good.
Oh, they caught Briggsy leaning. The throw, the pickle between first and second, starts back to first. He's going to dive, and he got him. And Briggs got caught, and now 2 away.
Good pickoff, Beckham.
Really good pickoff move by Rowley. He saw him leaning, and it worked out perfectly for the Stallions defensively there. That's a huge out.
It is, and you're also with the full count here.
And lost him. So Tolman draws a full count. Pitch was high, and he is aboard. And here's Stokely Tate. Yesterday, he had a 2-run shot over the left center field scoreboard here at the Thunder Baseball Field. Got a speed-up runner, courtesy runner, pinch runner, whatever you want to call it.
It's one of the
you don't want your pitcher out there running.
Yeah, one of the positives of being a pitcher. You get to take the at-bat and then just head back to the dugout afterwards.
So 2 away here, no score on Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard on the Fan Sports Network. If you're listening on radio, you want to watch this game, KSLSports.com or the FanSportsNetwork.com or our YouTube page. Lots of places you can find where to watch today's game. Will we get a doubleheader? We'll see. Stansbury has to win, or Desert Hills will advance to bracket play. If the Stansbury Stallions win it, we'll turn around probably 30 minutes after this game, and we'll play a decisive Game 3, and we'll have that for you if necessary. 2-0 the count now on Tate. Stokely's older brother played for the Thunder a couple years ago. He's going to be back from a mission here soon, and ripped but foul down the third base line. A fabulous Freddie's foul ball.
Good contact, pulled it a little too far. Still scoreless here in the second, so not a ton of fireworks as of yet. Defensively, maybe, but not offensively.
2-1 pitch coming from Beckham Rowley, and that's a shot. Everybody get out the way in the Thunder dugout. Stansbury, good start when you're on the road. Great effort yesterday, just came up a little bit short. And a shot into center off the bat of Tate, but Clark's got a beat on it, going back towards the wall. He started forward, and he catches it about 340 out there in straightaway center field for out number 3.
Yeah, that was a great out. Just a good way to close out the inning. Good way to close it out.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go middle of the second, no score. Thunder and Stallions here on the Fan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Jermaine O'Jegman from The Rink, and I'm inviting you to come out and escape the rink. The Rink is the hot spot in town for big group events and kid birthday parties. We now have a karaoke room and retro skate night every Friday night. Visit skatetherink.com to learn more and let the good times roll at The Rink.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Today's game is brought to you by Everbowl, Back Nine Golf, Fabulous Freddy's, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
Back here at Desert Hills High School. What's going on, everybody? Still not noon yet. Lunchtime soon. And it's no score. Thunder and Stallions. Beckham Rowley doing some pretty good things so far. Thunder have got a couple runners to first, but that's it. Tolman's looked good as well in the first inning, and here he goes to work in the bottom of the second. And off-speed Bender in for a called strike. Good pitch by Jax Tolman. This is Palmer, the catcher, getting his first at-bat of the game, rocking number 27. Slow roller, but going to stay foul. 0-2 the count. Looking for some Dealer Collision big hits today. Appreciate Dealer Collision. Your place for auto repair if you've been in a small fender bender to a major accident. And there's a little bit of an accident there as it hits Palmer, and he's limping down to first base, Caden.
It got him right in the ankle. That's never fun. Looks like we got a speed up runner coming over to help him out. Which he's a catcher, so he's allowed that anyway.
Catchers, pitchers, that's the norm. Put a little more speed out there, save a little energy. And this is Sacre. Is Sacre rocking a sleeve tattoo, or is that a henna tattoo? It's a bunt. It's going to drift foul.
A bunch of guys on the team got like those ink box tattoos going on.
So it's a temporary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny that happened because my 18-year-old daughter came home last night with like 6 henna tattoos. They were just dinking around, her and the girls. Bored, I'm sure. I'm like, would you get a real tattoo? She's like, nah, I don't think so. I'm like, okay, cool. They're cool then. I'm scared of needles. I will never get a tattoo. I don't think I can get drunk enough. And there's a slow bunt. Briggs coming in hard. Goes to second, on to first, and they don't get the double play. But a heck of a way to start up that potential double play by third baseman Briggs Fillmore, the sophomore.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play to just get the lead out runner. You know, you don't want to put a guy in scoring position on second. So he could have gone either way with it, just decided to go to second.
Briggs was on it. He was charging it. He fielded it cleanly, and the throw to second on the money. The relay from Skeen over there to first to Crew Christensen was just a little inside the bag and had to pull Christensen off line. And I don't know if it would have got there in time anyway.
No, I think he was just behind it. But it was a good effort.
Snap throw to first. Here's the first pitch in the sequence. And a called strike. Good pitch there by Jax Tolman. So Sacre on the fielder's choice is aboard at first. They get the lead runner at second. Adams is at the plate for the Stallions here in the bottom of inning number 2. No score. Shows bunt, pulls it back, swings, a little bloop single into right field. They're going to throw to second, and they almost got him, but the ball gets away. But Sacre will not try to advance to third as Skeen went charging out in the outfield to try to recover that ball.
Sometimes the luck just goes your way, and this time for Stansbury, I mean, good contact to where he's able to just hit it in play enough. For the base runner, you're in a tough position there. If he catches it, you don't want to be too far away from first, but if it drops, you want to make sure you can get to second in time, and he was in that pristine zone for that.
The impressive thing about Adams is he shows bunt. By the time you pull it back and start the swing, you lose some power. It actually worked in his favor, though, and it ended up being a dirty bomb. Christensen's holding the runner at first base, and obviously out in right field, Hagen Reed's playing fairly deep, so that was just one of those dirty bombs that found some green grass. And the Stallions now, for the first time, have a runner at second base here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Runners on first and second. And that pitch just outside ball one.
And they're playing this small ball now, right? He showed bunt before the pitcher steps off the mound, and Tolman decides, no, I'm not going to do that. But Christensen was running in. You had Briggs Fillmore running in. You had both ends coming in. And now it looks like they're going to have a little conversation about what they want to do with this offense. So coach and batters, base runners all coming out to talk. Which, how often do you see this? Not very often. Usually you have a conversation with the field, right? Very, very irregularly do you have a quick conversation with your hitter and base runners.
Jason Jones, though, I think that all started by maybe the signs getting mixed up, and the third base coach started to come talk to the batter, and then Jones comes out of the dugout and says, bring everybody in, and let's get everybody on the same page. It's the postseason. You want to be all dialed in on what you're trying to execute in this situation.
Well, especially right now, it's a 0-0 ball game. You're playing against the #1 team in the state of Utah. You have a chance here to try to get some runs on the board first. You only have one out in the inning. With the way that they're going right now, they could maybe end this inning with 2 or 3 runs.
Simmons is the batter now. With a duck on the pond, like I mentioned, for the first time today, Stansbury has a runner in scoring position.
And now for those of you who maybe were paying attention to our starting lineups, it was Fergal over there, but again, he went out as he took a dive for a foul ball, so this is a substitution up to bat.
I don't have a lot of stats on Simmons. Only played in 10 of their, 29 games? So he's not been in every guy. Must be maybe coming off an injury or just coming on late and working his way into the lineup. And here's up in a big spot here. Tolman looking at the runner at second. High leg kick bunt, laid down, and foul.
You know, for all the times that Desert Hills has tried to read the bunt situation, no one came running in on that bunt attempt. But maybe they'll rethink it now.
Well, Briggs has got to be careful because he's got that runner coming to third. So
he's got to be on the base just in case you want to pick off the leadoff runner on his way to third.
Yeah.
So in that situation, you can do one of two things. Shortstop come over to cover it, third base run up to grab the ball, or your pitcher has to just take charge and he's got to come up and get it.
And another bunt attempt, strike 2, as that one comes straight back, a Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. 80 mile an hour there off the hand of Tolman.
Small ball game here from Stansbury, and hey, if it's what works for you, you do what works. Try to get some guys in scoring position. If it's a successful bunt, even if it's a sacrifice bunt, you can get runners on second and third.
Today's game brought to you by Honolulu Grill, spreading the aloha. Get on over there for lunch while you're listening to the broadcast on 7th South, 7th East. It's all good. Swing and a miss. There's a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Jax Tolman. That is his second strikeout of the game. This one swinging. The first one he got looking.
So this is going to change things up a little bit for their approach because now it's 2 outs, right? Do you continue to try to play small ball because the sack bunt's not in play anymore?
Right.
So I think you can't go small ball anymore. You just got to start swinging. The bunt's not in play. I mean, I guess it could be, but it's just not going to be a sacrifice.
And here is Jorgensen. Throw to second and back in time. Jorgensen only hitting 179. Here we are at kind of the bottom of the lineup. Skylar Jorgensen, the 8 hitter in the lineup for the Stallions. Getting his first at-bat of the game. Still runners on first and second. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Great pitch. About the same pitch that he took down the last batter with.
Can you see the softball scoreboard from where you're at? Do we have any score over there yet in that Desert Hills softball game?
It is 2-0 Desert Hills.
Thunder. Okay. They are the number 2 seed. They lost in the state championship game to Bear River last year. They would love another shot at the Bears this year. Tolman, the sophomore, just turned 16 in April. The interesting thing on today's pitching matchup, Tolman just turned 16, and
Rowley's 15, right?
Rowley doesn't turn 16 until after the start of his junior year. So he's only 15, yes. So he won't turn 16 until later on in the fall. Bright future for both these guys, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
In some valuable, big-time starts in the playoffs. Breaking ball, just throws the bat at it. Christensen's going to come over and tag him out, and that'll do it. So a little bit of tension there as the Stallions got a runner out there to second base, but Tolman works out of trouble. No runs on 1 hit, 2 left on base. No errors there in the bottom of the second inning. Still no score. We go to the third on the Fan Sports Network between Stansbury and Desert Hills.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Back live here at Desert Hills. Let's fire up the third. And Rowley back out there to pitch. He's been great. You know, not a lot of hits in this game. 1 hit for both teams, that's it. These 2 young pitchers out there, both sophomores. And challenged him right down the middle and coming up empty, swinging a miss. It might have got a foul tip as that one came back to the back. I think he did just get a piece, so. 0-1 the count. This is Swanson, another sophomore. Isaac Swanson, he's kind of the utility guy. When they give Willie a day off behind the dish, he can catch. That's his normal position. He'll be the catcher of the future. But he's worked his way into the lineup. You got Cordero playing in left today, but not hitting. You got Swanson hitting instead. The number 9 hitter fights another one off out of play. 1-2 the count. Rowley, the lefty delivery, popped him up. Gonna stay over there in play by the first base bag, and then a little miscommunication there between the second baseman Jorgensen and Simmons, the first baseman, as Simmons pulled off of it last second, and the second baseman couldn't get to it.
Yeah, miscommunication is exactly what that was. But listen, your leadoff runner's aboard. So for Desert Hills, this is a big step in the right direction that they haven't seen yet here today. They haven't got that leadoff runner on base yet.
If there is a chink in the armor, it is the fielding percentage for Stansbury. And in the playoffs, you got to play mistake-free baseball. And it's probably not going down as an error, but maybe a communication error, but not an actual error. Should have been caught, I'd say.
Yeah.
I was just checking the field. 894, the fielding percentage. You want to be north of 90%. And a bunt attempt by CC, Crew Christensen, the senior. Crew, there's a couple guys on this team that are actually good golfers, and Crew is one of them. Crew, Jace, Briggs Fillmore. Trying to think, there's one more too that they're all on the golf team. Snap throw to first, he's back in time. Wade, Tanner Wade, the other one that's a really good golfer. not in the lineup today. And another bunt attempt and fouled back. Desert Hills 22-4. The number 1 overall seed in the 4A bracket. Stansbury, the 16 seed, 16-13 overall. They went 8-7 in the region. I think that was 4th place in the region, I believe. Going off memory, I don't have the region standings up there, but here's the 1-2 pitch from Beckham Rowley. And that one just missing. 2-2 the count.
Good, Beckham, waste spot.
I don't think he missed his spot there, but didn't get the call. CC will be swinging here. 1 on, nobody out, top of the 3rd inning. No score in this 7-inning scheduled game. And a swing and a drive, but hooked it foul. Christensen a little out in front of that one.
Yeah, he just threw the bat out at that one. That one was probably a little too high and away. Would have been called a ball, but sometimes, we talked about this in the game last night. Sometimes that high pitch looks really good and you want to take a swing at it.
See what Crew can do here. And that one's outside, gets away. And Swanson gonna go, throw not in time, and that's gonna be a runner into scoring position for the Thunder for the first time in this game. First base runner to get down to second base against Beckham Rowley. And now still a 3-2 count on, or 2-2 count, excuse me, on Crew Christensen. Rowley taking a look at that runner. Now he comes to the plate, challenged him with the heater, and it's fought off out of play.
Another one fouled off, staying alive with the 2-2 count. But again, for Desert Hills, runner in scoring position, no outs. This is the best look they've had at trying to get a run across. Honestly, the best look either of these two teams have had. It's been a very good defensive game.
And Rowley fought off again.
Just another one fouled away.
What was that, the 8th pitch of this at bat, I believe?
It's pretty close to that. It's got to be up there.
I think he's fought off 4 foul balls and it's a full count, so I believe this will be pitch 9 in this battle. Leadoff guy, Crew Christensen, going up against the lefty from Stansbury, Beckham Rowley, and time is called by Christensen.
So it is a full count here. Again, no outs. See what Crew can cook up from the plate.
And the pitch and a swing and a shot through the left side. Runner will turn, and here comes Swanson. The ball bobbled around. It's going to be an RBI single for Crew Christensen, and the Thunder strike first.
That was one of those things where, again, he just puts the barrel out there hoping for the best, and it worked out for him. Brought the run across the board, first score of the game.
Crew Christensen, what a heck of an at-bat. Him and Rowley were battling, and Christensen wins that battle. Only the 2nd hit of the game for the Thunder, but it comes with the duck on the pond. And it's 1-0 D Hills.
I thought it was kind of the gutsy call from Coach Cave to send the runner around, but he bobbled it out there on the left. So it ended up working out in their favor.
Yeah, want to put pressure on the defense, and they did. You got to field it, you got to throw it from left to home. Swanson's got decent speed, so no throw when he bobbled it.
They did cut off the runner so he wasn't going to second. Kept him at first.
Yep. And swinging a drive off the bat of Harmaskeen going back on the track, making the catch out there in left field. Astle. Good play in left. That's not quite as good of the play as we've seen the Thunder, David Cordero Jr. make back in the first, but still a great play nonetheless. That ball was hit pretty hard.
It was hit hard. He read it well.
And it was hooking a little bit.
It was hooking a little bit. He read it well. He was able to get the catch to throw in. Crew Christensen wasn't tagging up anyway. He had taken the lead off, so there was no threat of him tagging up and running for second, but it was a really good play defensively.
And
first out of the inning.
Here is Hagen Reed. Hagen Reed signed not too long ago, going to go to Nicholls State down in Louisiana and play for Brent Herring, who's the longtime Utah Tech assistant coach, was with Mike Littlewood at BYU and then took the head job at Nicholls State, and still Coach Herring recruiting the state of Utah, and I think that's going to be a nice find for Nicholls. A swing and a shot, and it's through. And Hagen Reed continues the hits.
Now batting, catcher.
So Christensen through the left side, and now Hagen Reed through that 5-6 hole through the left side. And here comes Andrew Wilson.
Now, Andrew Wilson, you mentioned, yes, going on a mission to Italy, but I believe he's playing ball at the next level too, isn't he?
He committed and signed at Salt Lake Community College, but he will go on the mission first. There was some debate whether he was going to do that, go play or go on the mission. Elected to go to the mission and then signed with D.G. Nielsen up at Salt Lake Community College. I think Stansbury's pitcher yesterday that threw is also committed to Salt Lake Community College. Runners will go. The throw down to third and a stolen base for the Thunder. How about that? Putting the wheels in motion and swiping a bag.
Strike did come across, so it's an 0-1 count to get things started, but yes, a score in or a runner in scoring position on third now as opposed to second, so on the corners at first and third.
Stolen bases brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Your kid's sports journey starts with playing youth sports through the City of St. George.
Runner goes, got
a pickle again.
First.
The runner's going to dart home. He missed the tag. The run will score. The pickle's still going, and he dives to first. He's safe. He's safe. 2-0 Thunder, and they didn't get it out. Wow. Hagen Reed somehow worked out of a jam in that pickle.
I can't believe that. He got back safely. Couldn't catch it on the replay there, but somehow gets back safely. So there's still just one out. It's an 0-1 count, and now 2 runs across the board for Desert Hills.
Hagen Reed's going to go get a pickle sandwich after the game. And that's unfortunate for Beckham Rowley. I mean, you know, he's out there fighting, makes a good move again, and they just you're so focused on the pickle, the runner starts from third to home after the stolen base, and they didn't see him out of the corner of the eye, so there was no throw home, and then at the end of it all, Hagen Reed ends up safe.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. It was a good play to try to get the guy out that was leading off far, but that's also what Desert Hills was trying to do, maybe try to bait them into this situation so they focus more on the pickle between first and second, that you're not even worried about the runner over at third until it's too late.
I know some teams practice the pickle situation. I don't know if Stansbury works on that at all.
You know,
I know teams do.
I'm more of a fan of, listen, if you get him into a pickle at first, I'm more of a fan of just maybe throw it into the catcher. I don't care if he gets to second base. I don't want another run to come across in this low scoring of a game already in the third inning.
But now all of a sudden, 3-0 Thunder. Here in the third inning, top half, and Wilson at the plate was still 1 on and only 1 out. They're going to try to swipe another bag, and Hagen Reed is safe. Tim Welsh gives that safe sign. And now 2 stolen bases, so aggressive base running from Kevin Cave and the Thunder bench.
Now the score up there says, this is what's confusing. It says it's 3-0.
2-0.
It should be 2-0.
That's why I hesitated. I'm like, wait a minute, when did they get the third run?
We'll change it on our end because I don't know where they're getting this third run from.
Christensen had the RBI hit. Then you saw the stolen base and the run scored on the pickle. That's it.
Looking at my book here, we only got two runs across. So.
I might have just double-clicked the button, haven't noticed it yet. Here goes the runner again, and a swing and a drive. Wilson, back, off the top of the fence. It's an RBI double for Willie. Oh, that was inches from going out of the yard.
Had that been hit just a little further, a little more to the right, it's gone. He hit that thing. Right about that 350-foot mark.
3-0 Thunder on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. And here comes the pitching coach, and we've got a Luke Udy at American Family Insurance timeout and a meeting on the mound. Scoreboard's now still saying 4-0.
Yeah, they added another run there, and Coach Cave's trying to get the scoreboard to take a look down there and say, hey, it's 3 runs, not 4.
They're not going to go get Rolly. I mean, some mistakes defensively, not in the error column, but they should at least have 2 outs in the inning. You look at the pop fly over there to first, they couldn't catch. You look at the 2 stolen bases, you can't throw them out. The pickle run down. Everything's just kind of went wrong defensively in this third inning for Stansbury. And credit Desert Hills for putting the pressure on them.
Yeah. Definitely credit this lineup from Desert Hills. They've been able to get a lot done here in the batter's box today.
And I like that visit on the mound. You got a young 15-year-old, just a sophomore, hey, just keep hitting your spots, keep playing catch.
They've now made it 5 runs.
Yeah, I don't know. The scoreboard operator wants he got an afternoon lunch appointment?
I don't know. They might need to just reset it and
start over. Tried to minus one off and then added one. 3-0 Thunder.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out the scoreboard up there.
1-2 the count here. That's on fire pitch count. And this is Fillmore. Philly. And the throw to second. He's back in time. Fillmore 0 for 1. Grounded out to second. Back in the first inning. 1-2 pitch coming from Rowley. And a little sweeper. Fillmore belts it high into left. The wind's kind of out there. This one's going to go. Fly away baseball. Jace Fillmore goes yard. A 2-run home run. And it's 5-0 Thunder.
You know, that is not just, of course, our dealer collision big hit of the game here, but that just shows what the elements can do. It got up there in the breeze a little, carried it on out just like that. It's a 5-0 ball game.
And Wilson goes off the wall. Christensen and Skeen ripping it through the hole, and then Philly goes yard. That is 5 hits in the inning. What's up, Coach?
Third baseman, number 21, Briggs Fillmore.
Thunder, you know, when they didn't really rattle the bats yesterday, you wondered if they would rattle the bats today. Hitting 370 as a team coming in, number 1 seed. And finally, everybody hitting right now in the third for the Thunder.
Yeah, it's been a hitting parade from the lineup here in the third. Everybody except for Harmon Skeen, and Harmon Skeen hit that line drive that just went right to the left fielder. Outside of that, I mean, everyone's getting bat on ball, though, in this lineup here in the third.
Yeah, only 1 hit coming into this inning. They've got 4 hits in this inning. And Fillmore says, make it another one, rips it into the alleyway. This is going to be extra base hit. He's going to turn, dig for second. Throw going to be cut off. It's a double for Briggs Fillmore, who does a little crow Karate Kid thing out at second base.
Wow.
Was that a Daniel LaRussa?
Yeah, that was a little
Karate Kid reference.
Karate Kid there, yeah.
Proud of you, Briggs, watching Karate Kid. The young generation needs to see that movie.
There's a new one coming out, too.
I saw that.
I don't know if you've seen the
that.
trailer.
I did see the trailer on that.
We got Ralph Macchio
Jackie
back.
Chan is in that.
Jackie Chan is in it.
And that'll be it for Beckham Rowley. We got a pitching change. We'll take a break. Thunder bats have come alive here in the third inning. 5-0 Thunder on the Wilkinson scoreboard. We'll be right back to tell you about the new pitcher when we return.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Today's game is brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Sport Court, Scooters Coffee, and Holbrook Asphalt.
Welcome back. Big inning here for the D-Hills offense, highlighted by a 2-run home run by Jace Fillmore. They put a 5 spot on the board, and Thorpe is now in to pitch.
Yeah, Tyler Thorpe for Stansbury, stepping up.
Yeah.
He's facing off against the bottom part of the lineup, though, here. So
But that's not easy, though.
It's not easy. Here's the thing. This lineup's stacked top to bottom, so it doesn't matter. I mean, as you mentioned, you got Jax Tolman coming up, Stokely Tate, who hit a home run yesterday, so it's not like this is an easy part of the lineup.
Thorpe, 2.62 ERA.
It's pretty good.
They had luck with the lefty. They went with the young lefty again, but now Thorpe, who's been a starter, 1-1 record. He's made 13 appearances this year. For Thorpe, 21 1/3. So he's seen some work. It's not like he hasn't pitched much. 8 Ks, 4 walks on the season. And a shot to left off the bat of Tolman, hooking towards the line. Looks like they'll get to it, though. And the catch is made out there in right field by Patch.
But the runner does tag up from second, so he moves over to third. Now with 2 outs. You got a runner on third, and that brings up Stokely Tate.
Thorpe, opponents are hitting on the season 277 against the Stallion right-handed pitcher. So the Thunder have the 5-0 lead.
Your car, the buses are on their way.
Thorpe trying to stop the bleeding here. And a called strike to Tate. Stokely Tate. Titan Tate, his older brother, was a Thunder player. They moved it down to St. George from northern Utah 3 or 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Overhand pitch there from Thorpe and kind of fooled Tate, threw the bat out and fought it off straight back.
Titan Tate had some power, too.
Yeah.
He was a good batter as well.
Stokely, 311, coming in with the batting average to today. 4 home runs, including that one yesterday. You know, that's the thing. 30 home runs as a team this year. Reed's got 4. Skeen's got 5. Swanson's got 2. Fillmore's now got 3, so 31. Tate's got 4. Andrew Willie's got 5.
Yep.
So they got 4 or 5 guys that can go yard, which makes them dangerous if you make a mistake on the bump. Runner on third, 2 outs, 1-2 pitch just outside, 2-2 the count.
That was a good pitch from Thorpe, just off the mark, a little bit too far outside. It was level-wise, it was right there. It's just a hair out.
You can see the final Best Friends Animal Sanctuary stat line on Beckham Reed after this pitch. It's fouled up and out of play. bestfriends.org. Take home your new best friend, Kanab, Utah. 2 1/3, give up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walk 2, no strikeouts for the 15-year-old. So Thorpe in relief. He's got 1 out, but he's still got that runner over there that's on Beckham Rowley's hands. That's Briggs Fillmore, who hit a double into the alleyway, and Stokely Tate, big cut, but he's going to rip that one foul up and out of play over towards the softball field.
And lots of foul balls here today. Keep it alive at a 2-2. He still has that runner on third, but 2 outs.
Today's game also brought to you in part by Intermountain Sports Performance. There is no off-season. Get your season of speed on this summer. Sports-specific, science-based training. Intermountain Sports Performance. And a shot into center. Clark charging it hard. He's not going to get to it. It's an RBI hit for Stokely Tate. And the Thunder now lead 6-0.
28, Isaac.
Great piece of hitting. They've gone all the way through the lineup now in this inning, and that'll bring up Isaac Swanson, who singled his first at-bat, which his first at-bat was in this inning.
So Thorpe gives up that hit. It will be charged to Rowley. 6-0 Thunder. Hit parade in the third. So Tate getting a rip job there. And the hits just keep coming for the Thunder, don't they?
They do. They do. They've been on a hitting parade in this inning.
6 runs on 7 hits in 2 2/3 innings. And that's the thing, you know, you want to win a state championship, they'll try to steal a base, and the speed of Stokely Tate, he's one of the fastest center fielders in the region, and he easily swipes second. And our stolen base brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Got some 5v5 V5 softball you can sign up for, adult leagues, all the kids' summer activities, kids' camps and activities. Check out all the details, St. George Recreation Department. That one low from Thorpe. Of course, Desert Hills has had a Thorpe in the program, Drew Thorpe.
Yeah, well, you got his number
White Sox.
You got his number on a plaque behind us here that they've enshrined for the for those here at Thunderfield.
He was battling some injuries, but got called up last year to the Chicago White Sox and had some good quality starts before he got shut down. And another stolen base attempt, and Stokely Tate swipes third. Wow, the speed of Stokely Tate.
The throw was there, but he kind of spread his arms out around the tag, and he was able to touch the base ahead of the tag. So I believe that was the right call. He did look safe from my vantage point, and of course the umpire agrees. It is a 3-0 count now.
Brian Wilson is the first base coach, former Dixie State player. And then Kevin Cave, the skipper, is coaching third. And there's a good pitch by Thorpe, taking strike Swanson.
Yeah, you were talking about Drew Thorpe, though, of course, again, from right here in St. George, played for Desert Hills. He's underwent Tommy Johns, so he's going to be out probably for the next at least 12 months or so. Expecting to come back next season.
And there's a shot through the left side, and it's 7-0 Thunder. Isaac Swanson, the sophomore. How about the sophomores this inning? Briggs, Fillmore, and now Swanson. Like, yeah, it's the seniors, but these sophomores can play.
Yeah, the sophomores are playing well. I mean, again, it's just this lineup has been built very well from sophomores all the way up to the seniors. And you can see that in this inning alone, right? The 7 runs that have come across here in the third. And you also see it from the base running, right? That's the thing I've been most impressed with so far in this game today by the Thunder. They are aggressively stealing bases whenever they get the chance.
Still 2 outs. Thorpe got to get out of this inning. Got to stop the bleeding. Down a touchdown now. Still a lot of baseball left to be played. Certainly don't want to discount the Thunder 10-run rule getting into play. Big cut by CC.
Now remember back at the beginning of the inning here, he was working on some small ball game. He was looking at some bunt attempts. He worked it into a full count, and eventually he ended up ripping one through into left, so it worked.
Yeah, a 9-pitch at bat, if I'm not mistaken. Popped up. First baseman over there taking a look, and it's going to get out of play. Rowley has moved to first, by the way.
Yeah, they had that substitution that came in for just a little bit, but it looks like Rowley's going to take charge on first now. And so a different looking lineup than we saw when we first came into the game.
And you can see the ice pack there on, the first baseman that got hurt.
Yeah, it was on Fergal. Nolan Fergal.
He's right in the front of the dugout with an ice pack on his wrist. Must have trapped the wrist, sprained it. Swing and a miss. Finally, the inning is over. Big inning for the Thunder. They score 7 runs on 7 hits. They do leave 1 on base, but man, oh man, what an inning for Desert Hills. And after the top of the third, a 7 spot on the scoreboard. They lead 7-0 on the Wilkins scoreboard, live on the Fan Sports Network and streaming on the fansportsnetwork.com and KSL Sports. Back in a minute.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Intercap Lending, Red Rock Real Estate, and St. George News.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster. Here is our Boulevard Home coverage of the 4A state tournament. We will be covering games all next week. Once we get to Bruce Hurst Field, we'll be every game featuring a Region 9 team, and we're probably going to have some Region 9 reruns head-to-head. We'll be live on the Fan Sports Network. If it doesn't feature a Region 9 team, we'll still be streaming the entire state tournament from Bruce Hurst Field on KSLSports.com.
Yeah, it's going to be a long week of baseball, and honestly, it's one of my favorite times of the year. I know it's a long week. It's a lot of work. We put in a lot of time and effort into it on our side, but there's nothing better than just being at the ballpark. So being at the ballpark for a 14-hour day, why not?
Some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, right?
That's right.
At the ballpark. Maybe a dog or a brat, and let's go.
Yep.
1-1 the count. This is Astle, the left fielder, leading off the inning swing. Tolman threw that one into the dirt, and he still offered at it. He fooled him there. I think he was thinking fastball, and it was a breaking ball. It had way too much snap on it.
It did. It was looking like it was maybe going to catch the lower away side of the zone, but it broke so far down it bounced off the turf.
Here's the 1-2 pitch, and tied him up on the hands, and Wilson can't get to it.
He made an effort, though. I'll give him an A for effort. But it stays 1-2 here for Kai. And I think for the Stallions in general right now, they're just looking to try to bounce back a little bit at a time.
Chip away, yeah. Just need some base runners.
You just got to get some guys on. If you can score 2 or 3 runs an inning from here till the tail end of this game, you might be able to come back from this.
Tolman, 1-2 pitch from the Desert Hills righty, high, 2-2.
Good pitch. You know, he's got to settle those down just a little bit more. But on the 1-2, it's not a bad idea to try to get him swinging it that high fastball. It's a tough pitch to hit, but he laid off of it. A smart pitch.
And a breaking ball just throws the bat out to stay alive, and we reset.
So this is where you start to look at the tendency of the batter, right? You know he's not swinging at the high stuff, but he's swinging at the low and away stuff. So maybe you start attacking the area where he's going to start swinging at and keep him guessing.
Fastball just outside, waist high, full count.
That was the right idea, right? Again, low and away. You know that he likes that part. He laid off that one just off the mark. Here we go with the full count. No outs, nobody on.
Astle wants to get aboard, and he slices that one foul down the right field line, just a little late on that Tolman fastball, probably 82.
Good contact there. Had he brought that over an extra, 10 to 15 feet, that's a good fair ball. Easily gets him a double, potentially even a triple.
And got him looking. Astle started running to first base, and that pitch was perfect. Broke right over the heart of the plate for a Red Rock Real Estate strikeout.
Great pitch. It's always hard when you get that full count, but it's all about attacking the zone. And that's what Tolman did on the mound. Back to the top of the lineup with Andrew Harris. Just his second at-bat of the game. And takes the first one for a strike.
Oh, 1 pitch coming from Tolman, and a shot right back to Jax, who catches it on the cleats in the air for out number 2.
That was an impressive catch. It's always hard when the ball's coming right back at you, just like that. I mean, but hey, you know what? He made the play. He did exactly what he needed to. Got the glove down, boom, gets the catch right at his feet.
Fielding your position, a little Greg Maddox defense from the sophomore Jax Tolman. Keeping the shutout intact and a base runner off the base pass. That might have got through. It was hit good enough. Just a reminder, we'll be that first pitch missing, but just a reminder, we'll be handing out some awards in our Johnson Pediatric postgame show. Jersey Mike sub of the game, Finley Subaru star of the game, and of course, the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. Defensively, Cordero with that diving catch in left. Offensively, Fillmore's 2-run bomb stands out.
Absolutely. Got some options.
Still some baseball to be played. We'll officially name it later. There's a called strike. And 1-2 the count now. Harris Leadoff guy for the Stallions. Chopper foul. Or excuse me, this is Clark, number 2 hitter. That was Harris moments ago. Caden Clark, who played 3 years at Utah Tech for Coach Fate, then transferred, I think, to Colorado Mesa, where I think he's their closer, if I'm not mistaken. This is his little brother. And baseball family, Clark. Cooper Clark hitting .333 on the season. Got him another Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Jax Tolman. That'll do it for the 3rd. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We go to the 4th. Desert Hills leading Stansbury here in Game 2 of the Super Regional. Thunder took the game last night, and they're looking good in Game 2, trying to get to bracket play next Monday at Bruce Hurst Field. They lead 7-0. Be right back.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in Southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Back at the yard here, just after noon. And Thunder leads 7-0. Harmon Skeen will lead things off here to fire up the top of inning number 4. Skeen stepping in, righty on righty. Thorpe in relief of Beckham Rowley. And that one gets away, ball 1. And a fresh baseball. Seven runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Thunder. That pitch just downstairs. And Tolman's working on a 1-hitter and a shutout right now, Caden.
Yeah, he is.
Thorpe. There's an overhand. Had a little bit of movement to it for a called strike.
Good looking slider there that broke down in and caught the zone. It was looking like it was going to hang high, but slowed it down and dropped it in.
Thorpe, same pitch, ripped down the line, but foul.
He's got the umpire dancing out there on the third base line.
Tim Welch, we saw you were doing the game earlier when Tim got hit.
Yeah, I reached out to him too the day after that had happened, and
checking up on him.
He had a really good response to it, and he told me these were his words. He's like, I'm just an old fat guy that can't get out of the way.
Popped up in shallow right center field. Clark ranges over and lost it in the sun. He lost it in the sun. And that's going to be probably scored as a triple for Harmon Skeen.
What a way to lead things off here in the 4th inning. Harmon Skeen finding his way to third base.
And here is the ever dangerous Hagen, the Hammer Reed.
Hagen, our pregame show pick for a Findlay Subaru Star of the Game, but we'll see if he can hold up to that pregame honor. He's already played really well. He did get a single, came around to score. See what he does at this at bat.
And he's got a duck on the pond. And that one just missing downstairs.
Yeah, took it downstairs and inside, so ball 1 for Reed.
Glad you're with us on the simulcast, on the live stream, here on the Fan, on radio as well. St. George, Cedar, and surrounding. If Stansbury come back, we would do game 3 for you, but if not, that'll be it for the series, and Desert Hills will advance. The number 1 seed winning 3-2 last night, up 7-0, and Reed with nobody out. Chance to add another one here with just anything to the outfield. Sac fly would work, single through the infield.
At the moment, though, he's facing a 3-0 count, so
he might get a green light here.
You know, and that's the other thing. That's always the big debate, right? Do you have the green light on a 3-0 or do you not? And
7-0 lead. I'd give him green light.
Not?
He hits 424 with a lot of pop. 4 dingers this year. And that was the home run swing, but he missed it. He was going yard there. He wanted it.
He knew, and that's the other thing. You know you're going to be getting something down the middle, right? With a 3-0 count, you're more than likely getting something that's going to be hittable.
Reed works with Willie Mosier, and that breaking ball stays low, and he is aboard. This kid's a batting cage
Andrew Wilson
junkie. Like, he is in the cages day and night. Hagen Reed, one of the best hitters in the state, but he draws the walk. He did get that one swing to try to go yard. Now here is Andrew Wilson. Willie went off the wall for an RBI double his last at bat, part of that big 7-run inning.
He would love to get something similar to that here. Maybe a few feet further, you know? He would love to get one over.
We got 3 guys with 4 home runs, but Willie has 5 home runs this year. Desert Hills has hit 31 home runs as a team this year, including the Fillmore 2-run shot last inning.
If I'm not mistaken, he's leading the region in Region 9 in home runs with 5.
He got 4 really quickly.
Yeah, he did.
And was leading the state.
In preseason, he had 4.
Mm-hmm. People in region know him, though, being a little more careful with him. It hasn't been as easy. And that one gets away, and Hagen Reed's going to get down to second base, and the run will score. 8-0 Thunder on E1 on the throw, I would guess.
He got all the way to third. They still didn't get to the ball in time. So that puts Hagen Reed all the way over at third base.
And again, you go back to our Everbowl keys to the games. What did we say? Got to play mistake-free baseball. We were talking about, you know, only an .894 fielding percentage. They've made some mistakes.
Well, listen, now you're at that point where, of course, you still have to wait till you get through to the 5th inning, but Desert Hills is looking at maybe pushing the mercy rule.
Yeah, 8-0. Still nobody out here in the 4th inning, and Wilson, big cut, but he popped it up. Third baseman ranging over. Looks like he's got to play on the ball, on the dirt, and he missed it. He stepped where it's beveled a little bit there, and the ball curved back towards the line, and he couldn't make the catch. You know, and they've only got 2 errors officially, Stansbury.
Yeah.
But 4 or 5 mental errors in this game.
Yeah, there have been a few
communication errors.
I mean, even as simple as a ground ball that rolled into left that just wasn't cleanly fielded, it resulted in a runner coming all the way around from second to score. I mean, he should have been cut off at third.
Pop fly over by the bag at first where they called each other off and nobody caught it.
That's a great pitch. See, and it's things like that. You want to see guys like Thorpe get things back on track from the mound. Good pitches like that will definitely do that.
Thunder lead 8-0. Willie facing a 1-2 count here. Nobody out, top of inning number 4. Here's the pitch, high, dropping, just missing. Top of the K zone didn't drop low enough, says Remington Vader, our home plate umpire. Remington Vader, Jason Clark, Tim Welch. Good crew here for this scheduled 7-inning game.
Absolutely.
Here's the pitch. And one hopper. They'll throw behind Hagen Reed. He's going to be safe, but barely.
Great throw down. That was a really smart play behind the dish by Landon Palmer to throw down to third. He got a pretty good leadoff over there, Hagen Reed did. But he was assuming maybe a little bit of contact would send that out into play since it was a good pitch down the middle. But it was off the mark. They call it a ball anyway, so.
So full count to Wilson. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. Wilson is aboard with a walk.
Now batting, second base.
Stansbury crowd not happy about that. That was, again, it was close to the mark.
And now the infield will draw in on the pitcher's mound. And they'll pinch run. Is that Tanner Wade coming in to run? I think it is. Wilson's going to high-five everybody in the dugout. So runners on the corners, already 8-0, top of the 4th inning. Stansbury is on their heels right now, Caden.
They are. They're back against the wall, you know, in an 8-0 ball game here in the 4th inning. You got to be really careful. Jay sent one over the wall last time, too, so you know that this guy's got some pop in his bat today.
Philly steps in to a little Chris Ledoux. And 2-run bomb you just mentioned. He'd love to do something big again here. And high, little chin music there, and Fillmore dodges that. Ball 1.
Yeah, they went upstairs.
Wade's running for Wilson over at first. Hagen Reed at third. And inside, and Thorpe all of a sudden can't find the strike zone. And it's tough because you don't want to groove one. You try to nibble on the corners, and if you don't throw strikes, then hitters have a big advantage. 2-0 count now. Philly should see something pretty good here if he wants to go after it. Step off towards third, throw over to first instead, and he's back in time. Stansbury needs an out here. Down 8-0. And trying to nibble on the outside edge, just missing. It's 3-0 to Jace Fillmore. Jace today 1 for 2. Briggs Fillmore's little bro, kind of fun. Senior and a sophomore getting to play together for a couple seasons. Briggs played a little bit as a freshman last year.
Yeah, it's fun. I played with my brother back in the day when I played baseball. We were just, me and my brother, a year and a half apart, so we were pretty close in age. We got to play together, as this is a walk.
This high,
number 21,
chest high.
Biggie.
And it was fun because we, you know, at home we fight all the time, right? But you get on the baseball team, and for whatever reason, we'd get on the field, and it was all about pumping each other up. So it was always a good time hanging out with my brother on the field.
Briggs has always pushed Jace. He's a fiery competitor. Both of them are. And Briggs rocking Hank. 2 for 2. Briggsy's 2 for 2. And he's got the bases loaded, nobody out, trying to go 3 for 3 and maybe push this lead up to double digits. Inside, ball 1. Briggs gets out of the way.
It almost got him on the arm. Luckily, he was able to twist away from it just enough.
Softball game 3-3 tied up.
3-3 tied up over there.
Desert Hills won 10-run them yesterday, 10-0. Here comes Coach Jason Jones.
And it looks like they are, I don't know if they're into the top or bottom of the 5th, but they are in the 5th.
They're going to make a move. We're going to have a pitching change. Bases loaded, no outs. Fillmore at the plate, 1-0 count. Coach Jones is going to make a move. We'll talk about the new pitcher when we come back after a message from our great local partners on the Wilkinson scoreboard. 8-0 Thunder leading the Stallions.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello? Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Intercap Lending, Red Rock Real Estate, and St. George News.
New pitcher Gallegos is a 3.82 ERA. He's 4-4. He's made 11 appearances. this year. Gallegos 36 2/3 work, 40 Ks, only 13 walks. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. And comes in a tough spot where he's got to stop the bleeding. Bases loaded, nobody out, trailing 8-0. Not an ideal situation to enter a ball game. And the first pitch, a slider down and away, ball one. For Gallegos, opponent's hitting 267 off him this season. And a shot right, and it's caught, and it's doubled up. Wade was leaning off the baggage segment. The line drive was up the middle. Heck of a play by the shortstop, Harris, to catch the line drive and then touch second base, double play.
That might be one of the best defensive plays that we've seen from the Stallions today. It probably is the defensive play that we've seen from the Stallions. Because now it's 2 outs. They've only allowed 1 run, and they got the bases loaded up with 0 outs at the time. So, I mean, this is a great spot to be in right now.
I love these batting gloves. The rawhide work gloves, baby. Those are not official.
These are not batting gloves.
You can get those at any hardware store in America. You don't have to go to a sporting goods store to get those.
And it matches the color of the bat and everything. There's something about it that
Jack's
I'm a big fan of as they get in another pickle.
Fillmore's trying to get the run going home.
Going home.
And now the run, if he can score before Fillmore's tag, he did. The run will score 9-0 Thunder.
But that gets him out of the inning.
That does. But you saw Hagen Reed over there talking, pointing to Fillmore, like, get going, get me home. And he did. He stayed in the pickle long enough. Hagen Reed scored. But they do tag Jace Fillmore out. But he stayed in that rundown long enough to score the run. 9-0 Thunder. We go to the bottom of the fourth. When we come back, Thunder add 2 runs on 3 hits and have a 9-0 lead on your Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard live on the Fan Sports Network.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Today's game is brought to you by Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Nets on Fire, and Intermountain Sports Performance.
Hey, we're back, everybody. Here, 9-0 Thunder leading. Behind us here, Tooele fighting back. They've got 3 runs in the last 3 innings to tie it up with Desert Hills, the number 2 seed in softball in the 4A state softball bracket. They won last night 10-0, but Tooele bringing some energy to the yard. They're in a tight one behind us here. Snow Canyon has started up game 2, and they've quickly got a 3-0 lead already over UNA. They won 10-0 last night. Dixie Crimson going to start game 2 is about 1 o'clock, a little over about a half an hour from right now. Busy day around Southern Utah, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Man, we got the NBA, the NHL playoffs. You got coming up the Ironman race. We had the LPGA. We got the Epson at Copper Rock, and then the Legends out there. Of course, you got 10 spring sports, 10 sanctioned sports going on, and already crowned 1 region state championship yesterday. That was the Crimson Girls golf team swinging a drive, and this is going to be an extra base hit. It's going to one hop, and it's going to be all the way to the wall. And a patch double is just what Stansbury needed to try to fight back into this game down 9 runs.
That was exactly what they needed. Really well placed hit into left center. Rolled all the way to the wall. Just an easy stand-up double for Xavier Patch.
Xavier Patch. Good swing there. Patch also has pitched a little bit, 4 appearances, but haven't used him much. And .413. He's got the highest batting average except for Harris on this team. He's second. Actually, third. Thorpe's .429. I had to scan over that once more. Still, you're hitting north of 400. You can swing it.
Yeah.
So a runner in scoring position and a chopper. Briggs Fillmore charges it. Only play is to first, and they tag him out. And so Palmer is retired. We do move the runner over to third. That is the first runner of the game to get over to third base this afternoon.
It is. It is. First time they've got someone over there into scoring position. So the big question is, can they take advantage of it here?
Now batting for the Stallions, Beckham Rowley.
Beckham Rowley, who's just 15, got the start. They wanted to go lefty pitcher. He's got a bright future, but Thunder were able to get to him with that big inning in the third, but now trying to help his team out at the plate. He's moved over to first base. And that one's just outside, ball one. Not a bad pitch to try to nibble on the corner by Tolman. Rowley. Look like he's still going to do some growing, too. Look at the size of those feet. Got at least some 12s up there, doesn't he, Caden? 15-year-old rocking size 12 and a half. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm totally guessing. But it looks like he's got some more room to grow. And a swing and a miss. Big cut there. Rowley, 347 batting average coming
really
into this game today.
That's great.
As a team, the Stallions sit 316. And a swing and a miss. Strike two. Count evens up at 2-2 on the Nets on Fire pitch count.
Yeah, another big cut there, just off the mark. You know, hey, listen, you go with a sacrifice here. Try to get that run in. He's just trying to get something out in the field.
Tolman, fastball, got him. Red Rock Real Estate strikeout. Down goes Beckham Rowley. Big cuts, but couldn't find the baseball.
Nah, couldn't get to it. But again, with that runner in third, it's enticing. You just want to send something into the outfield, something where you can get your guy tagging up from third, or if you drop something in, great. Maybe you get yourself a single or a double off of it, but all they're worried about right now is let's just get runs. We need runs. Ooh.
That one coming in high and tight.
That one got away from Tolman.
The incredible thing is here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Tolman has kept his pitch count pretty low. That was his 53rd pitch of the game.
Really? Most pitchers at this point are sitting around 70s, 80s.
Gallegos takes a called strike on the curveball right over the heart of the plate. You buzz the tower and then you throw the bender down Broadway.
Yeah.
Pretty good response by Jax Tolman, who's just a sophomore. And then you throw the fastball 82, 83, and a swing and a miss. And just like that, it's a 1-2 count. With two away, best chance to score a run is right now at the hands of Gallego. Here's the pitch, and he got him. Strike three. Gallegos caught looking. Another Red Rock Real Estate strikeout for Mr. Tolman.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. Exactly what they needed to get the inning put away and try to continue to run up the score here as we head to the fifth.
On the K-meter, that's strikeout number 6. Thunder cruising. One run here in the top and 3 defensive outs, and this game could be over early. We'll see what happens when we come back. 9-0 Thunder lead the Stallions for a state baseball super regional game 2. Desert Hills leading in the best of 3 series, 1-0 after a 3-2 win last night. We'll be right back.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
At Intermountain Sports Performance, we've been training athletes for over 20 years, and we guarantee your athlete will improve speed, agility, explosive power, and reduce the risk of injury while working with the most qualified and experienced team in Southern Utah. Find us on Instagram at sportsperformance_IH to learn more.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Back at it here into the top of the 5th inning we go. Desert Hills leads 9-0. And stepping up to the plate, it's Jack Stolman.
Gallegos, first pitch, just trying to bend it back over the outside part of the plate. Cannot, ball 1. Appreciate some of our great sponsors. Dealer Collision Center, The Rink, bringing you our Region 9 updates. Snow Canyon up 3-0. Softball, Desert Hills tied 3-3 with Tooele right now. Those are the scores we're passing along. Coming up, we'll see if we can get some coaches' comments post-game, brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course, celebrating 25-year anniversary. Great golfer, 25 years in Washington, Utah. If you haven't played it recently, it is fantastic right now and still very affordable. And appreciate Sport Court. They're giving away a $5,000 scholarship in the next couple weeks. Applications, nominations open at thefansportsnetwork.com. If you want to nominate a senior that's got a 3.0 GPA or higher that plays a varsity sport, at least one, and list all the activities and clubs and everything and why they should be considered. And good luck. It'll take you just a couple minutes as Jax Tolman rips another one, his first hit of the game. He's now 1 for 2. And he's got his name in the conversation for our Findlay Subaru Star of the Game. The job he's done on the mound, collecting a hit there to add to that, he's been impressive today.
He's been extremely impressive, both on the mound and at plate. He's done some good work.
Stokely Tate, 1 for 2. I mean, you look at the hits today, everybody's contributing for Desert Hills.
Yeah.
Everybody has a hit in the entire lineup. And there's a shot to second, ate him up. And it gets away, E4. Took a bad bounce, kind of a tough play, but still an error nonetheless. So here's Isaac Swanson now with 2 on and no out. So the Desert Hills, it's like they broke open the floodgates with the bats.
They really did. They broke it open in the 3rd and just haven't looked back since. I think every single guy in the lineup has a hit today.
Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Yep. And here is another great sophomore, Swanson the sophomore. His dad, Taylorsville High School, I believe was teammates with Brandon Lyon. Of course, Brandon's son, Isaac, Grand Canyon, and now Andy's son, Isaac, here, sophomore at Desert Hills. Of course, Rue is a senior over there at Snow Canyon. I'm sure we'll see him next week in the bracket portion of the 4A state championships. He was instrumental in winning the ship for Snow Canyon last year.
He really was. Yeah, Snow Canyon had a really good lineup last year. A lot of the guys still did carry over even into this year, but it's always tough to know how a team's going to reload. Snow Canyon did a really good job.
Desert Hills was tied with Tooele. There was quite a roar behind us. And maybe they got a runner into scoring position here. I'm not sure. I think it's still tied, but Desert Hills got a little something cooking over there.
Yeah, it's still tied, but they got a good hit or something on that side.
Yeah. 1-1 count here to Swanson. This kid's future is bright. Him and Briggs Fillmore and Jax Tolman and Harmon Skeen, some of these underclassmen. Pretty good core of guys coming back for head coach Kevin Cave. There's a good pitch there by Gallegos. And Desert Hills, I think, just took the lead.
They did. They just scored another run.
So 4-3, the number 2 seed playing behind us here on the softball diamond has the lead back.
A big cut, striking out for Isaac Swanson.
I like Swanson, though. He'll be the catcher next year. And still got a couple years after this one. Young kid with a bright future, hitting way north of 300 this year.
Yeah, he's playing some good baseball. You know, he did strike out there, but it was his third at-bat. He was already 2 for 2, so.
394 batting average, a rare strikeout.
He's still batting well here today.
I was going to see something.
Got another pickle going.
Uh-oh. And can they get him?
I think he's safe.
Oh, the tag came on the head, but the hand beat him to the bag. And again, that's the 3rd or 4th pickle we've seen, and they've all went Desert Hills' way. Even when they tagged Fillmore out, Hagen Reed scored before the tag out, and they got a run back there in the last inning, the fourth. We're in the fifth, and now that 10-run rule is really knocking on the door. It's 9-0 Thunder with runners on second, third, and one out here in the top of the fifth.
You just got to get the ball into play somewhere.
CC, Crew Christensen takes a bender for a called strike.
You know, at this point, again, if Crew can get something to fall into the outfield, the infield's playing way up, so you just need a little shallow hit, something that can fall in. You'll be just fine.
And that one just upstairs, 1-1. Crew Christensen probably, if Desert Hills goes on and win this game, which they're in line to do so, he's probably going to be the starter on Monday at Bruce Hurst Field. And he'll be fresh, not having to pitch. Now, if there's a game 3 and Stansbury somehow, some way chips away and comes back and gets in this game and comes back and wins it, he could be the starter this afternoon.
Yeah, he could.
Although there is other options. Desert Hills does have a lot of guys that can pitch. I'm trying to think of the other guy that would probably be a likely starter, and I got to check it real quick here. I'm forgetting his name for some reason right now. Let me find it. I know I can see him right now. And it's Hoyt Atkin that could be the starter at some point. He's another guy that started a lot of games for Kevin Cave this year. That's a pop-up over there, playable and caught. Nice play.
But it's a sacrifice.
By Rowley, because they're going to run home, and scoring on the play are the Thunder, and it's a 10-0 lead. That's a foul ball, 30, 40 feet away from first base, and they score a run.
They do. Now Mercy Rule into place, right? If they can, once they get out of this inning, if they can go and get 3 outs on the other side of it, it'll be game over. But they still have a runner in scoring position on third. Yes, there's 2 outs. So, of course, we'll see what Harmon Skeen can do at the plate now. He hit a triple his last at bat.
Christensen picks up his second RBI of the game. Fillmore has 2 as well. And then you got a bunch of guys that have 1 each. RBI for Andrew Wilson, Stokely Tate, Swanson. But Crew and Fillmore have 2 RBIs. And Skeen has a chance to get an RBI here. Skeen 1 for 2 in the game this afternoon. 1-1 count. Gallegos in the third pitcher in relief to enter this game for the Stallions. And a tough spot. And a chopper, that's going to be foul. Just foul down the third baseline. Fabulous Freddy's foul ball. Don't forget Mother's Day Sunday. How about a 10-pack of car washes from Fabulous Freddy's? 30% off, and they're going to give you 1 for free to wash your car when you buy them. So get 11 car washes for the price of 7. That's a big savings at Fabulous Freddy's, 2 Southern Utah locations. 1-2 pitch coming, high, 2-2. Again, coming up, the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Hopefully some coaches' comments, although Kevin Cave is not a guy that likes to pump his guys, but he passes it. In fact, the other morning I said, hey, you want to jump on the show and preview the series with Stansbury? He said, no thanks. He's just not a big media guy. But, of course, we get him in the media day every year. Mm-hmm. Got full access to his players. Just a calm, easygoing guy. I really, really enjoyed my chats off the mic with Kevin Cave. He just doesn't like to talk on the mic. And a high fly ball into center field is caught, and that'll do it for the inning. But they do get the 1. And now the Thunder are 3 defensive outs away from 10 after 5. They lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 10-0. Be back. Stallions chasing 1 to extend this game live on the Fan Sports Network. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Earlier in the broadcast, as we welcome you back to the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth, Devin Dixon, Caden Formaster, our Boulevard home coverage of the 4A state playoffs in baseball. I was talking with Justin Keat, principal here at Desert Hills, Caden, and they counted up all the spring sports. There's been over 120 Desert Hills sports. So you times that by 7 teams in Region 9, over 800 games around the area in the last 8 weeks. 10 sanctioned sports all going at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, boys volleyball and girls golf just wrapped up this week. Desert Hills and Crimson got top 5 at state in boys volleyball, but fell short of the title game. But Crimson girls golf won the state golf tournament yesterday over at Southgate Golf Course. And that's a lot of, you know, you got to have acting admin at all those games. You got to have, you know, field prep, and you got to have scoreboard operators, PA announcers. Just, it's been a busy time with the addition of lacrosse. Of course, that's the big new sanctioned sport. Boys volleyball got added last year, flared, and it drops, and it's fair. So the Stallions have a base runner. That's big for England pitch hitting to get aboard. So England comes in pinch hit. Not really a great barrel, but he popped it up over there, and a dirty bomb just stays foul. And I like a little Bermuda triangle. You had the second baseman, the first baseman, and Hagen Reed charging hard from right field, and nobody could get to that baseball.
No, it was honestly just a perfectly put baseball. It's so hard to try to back up on that if you're at first. It's a long way to run if you're trying to come in on it from right field. So it's exactly where you want to put it if you're going to try to find something like that.
That's why I call it a dirty bomb.
That's exactly what it is.
A Texas leaguer is the other.
Yeah, there you go.
Common term there for that bloop single.
Hey, let's talk about this bat. It looks like a rocket pop out there.
It does. It looks like
red, white, and blue.
Those popsicles your kids love on the 4th of July. Those are called pop rockets or rocket pops, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're not very good.
Hey, speak for yourself. I love those
You
things.
do?
Oh, yeah.
I like the Dreamsicles better.
Oh, Dreamsicles are way better.
Yeah.
I will agree with that.
Or any Haagen-Dazs. Although Haagen-Dazs is sometimes too chocolatey for me. Hey, it's warm enough. Everybody should be thinking about ice cream. This is probably the warmest it's been this spring.
Yeah.
We did have that 3 weeks ago, had that one little
like a
wave
3-day
that
period.
came through
yeah.
where it was, in the low 90s. So temperature-wise, maybe not the hottest, but with the little cloud cover, a little bit of, for the high desert, almost could feel a little bit muggy for people that aren't used to a dry heat.
Yeah. Got a softball in the field.
What's interesting about the weather is it's supposed to get up to 90 tomorrow and Sunday. 93, I think, is the high those 2 days.
Yeah.
But then next week, Monday's warm, about 90 plus, but then it's going to drop 10, 12 degrees. It's supposed to be in the 70s almost all of next week, which will be great weather for the state baseball tournament here in St. George at Bruce Hurst Field. And we'll be there. Of course, we'll be in the press box. Hopefully the AC works at Bruce Hurst press box. But I don't think it'll be that needed, is my point. High fly ball. Stokely Tate will camp underneath it. That's out number 1 as Olsen, another pinch hitter, flies out.
Stokely Tate, center field, out number 1.
And the Thunder now 2 outs away from a 10-run rule after 5. They lead 10-0. If you're just jumping in your car, heading out to your lunch break at 12:48. This game was an 11 o'clock first pitch. Astle will step in after a couple pinch hitters.
We actually have a substitute. So we've got Oakley Brockmeyers stepping up.
So the pinch hit parade continues. Update from over at Snow Canyon, 6-0. Snow Canyon leading Uinta. So the Warriors, they got the 10-run last night, and now already up 6-0. So the 2 seed, the Snow Canyon Warriors, defending state champs, are cruising right now. We're about 10 minutes away from Dixie and Crimson throwing out first pitch in Game 2 in those super regionals that are at Donley Flyer Field and over at Crimson Cliffs Mustang Field. Chopper to third. Briggs going to go to second. They get the first. Double play. Game over. What a way to end it for the Thunder. Unbelievable. 10-0. A final. The number 1 overall seed in the 4A baseball bracket cruising into Bruce Hurst Field after the 2-game victory. Last night winning 3-2. It was tight. Today, no problems, Caden, 10-0.
No problems at all. The double play coming into play here, and they close it out. So, of course, they will walk into the tournament, again, as the number 1 seed, so they got a pretty good-looking spot.
But, Caden, they're going to go probably check out Crimson Cliffs game, because if Crimson wins that game, at 4:30 on Monday, it'll be Desert Hills and Crimson. Now, if Mountain Crest can win too, obviously today Desert Hills would face Mountain Crest in that 8-9 matchup. So the Thunder win at 10-0. We'll come back. We'll clean it all up. Johnson, Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Thunder win at 10-0.
1, 2, 3.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Here at Thunder Field.
Public address announcer honoring the seniors that just played their last ever game on this field, and they go out in good fashion, huh? Seniors had their imprint on this game, no doubt. 10-0 the final. And again, we want to officially welcome you into the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Guys like Crew Christensen, Andrew Wilson, David Cordero Jr., Jace Fillmore, I'm going to start naming Hagan Reed. All these seniors just laced it up for the final time. And hey, what do you get to do? You get to go get the field prep going after a 10-0 win, and they're into the bracket play next week. And Desert Hills will be a factor next week before it's all said and done.
They definitely will. They're going to be a tough team to beat, and they have really good odds of going all the way through the bracket play and trying to bring home another championship for Desert Hills baseball. It's been a little bit since they've had one, so they would love to bring one back here to Desert Hills High School. But listen, the road's really just beginning once bracket play starts.
It looks like the moms have given all the kids little gifts. The seniors, they got little glass commemorative jars, and they're taking a little piece of the field as a little memoir of their time here playing at the high school level.
Yeah, taking some dirt, taking
Andrew
some
Wilson
turf beads.
Going right to the dish.
He's
there.
getting the turf because that's his spot.
When you're a catcher, you put a little rubber in there, you put a little dirt in there, you mix it with some grass, and you keep it forever.
That's right.
Little piece of the memory bank. The only thing that would be sweeter is taking a little bit of Bruce Hurst Field with them into the college years and winning a state championship.
Yeah, that's right. It would be a really cool moment for these seniors, for any of the seniors that are going to be left in the bracket play, of course, to try to go and win one in your final year at the high school level.
Ken, give me your thoughts on this game and how dangerous is Desert Hills next week? They're the 1 seed, so everybody's going to go, you know what, they're one of the teams to beat, but we know how good Region 9 is, co-region champs with Dixie. We know Snow Canyon's the 2 seed, they're the defending state champs, but Desert Hills got a good chance as anybody. A lot of people feel that way.
They do. Desert Hills has a fantastic chance going into it. But talking about the game here this morning, this afternoon, a little bit of mix of both here as we had an early game today. Thoughts on this one? Taking the cap off in the third inning really just proved that this lineup is so strong from top to bottom.
Everybody hit.
Everybody hit. It took them a while to get to where they were rolling. It finally got things going. Again, it was Isaac Swanson, the last guy in the lineup, who got things going. So it was pretty good. It was a pretty solid moment. So we got DCJ coming over here.
Yeah.
The diving catch out there in left field, making the big play.
I kind of think that's our appliance wholesalers plus playmaker play of the game. There was plenty of offense, plenty of directions you can go, but that was a great defensive play early in the game. And it was a tie game 0-0, and that probably saved a triple and maybe an opportunity for Stansbury to take an early lead.
It did. It saved the game from Stansbury opening things up, but it also kind of set the tone for what Desert Hills was about to do in the third as well. So if you look at it from that perspective, they went into the dugout with a lot of momentum coming in, and I know that was, again, early in the first. It closed out the first inning. But, again, it just brought a little momentum over to the Desert Hills side after the diving catch. So I love it. Let's give it to the senior in DCJ.
You know, Drew Thorpe was part of that team, the 4A MVP in 2019. That's the last time they won a state championship. Bronson, three-hitter.
Solomon, I mean, yeah, that was phenomenal. You could definitely go that direction.
Offensively, 2 for 3 for Briggs Fillmore.
Yeah.
Multi-hit game for him, but he was the only Thunder player with 2 hits. So, and Tolman did have one of those hits, plus he gets the shutout. I think it's pretty easy to go Finley Subaru star of the game, Jack Stolman. Great performance for the sophomore.
I like it. He was great on the mound. He did a good job as well from the batter's box. So
6 strikeouts, good number.
Yeah, 6 strikeouts. It was just a solid game. And
0 walks.
You got to take it. No walks. That's exactly right. This was just a really overall great game for Tolman, and especially considering he's not considered their ace, right? But he played like an ace today. And so you've got to give him some love there. I like it.
Just a programming note in a minute, but first, one more award. Jersey Mike sub of the game. Who you want to go with in this one?
Jersey Mike's sub of the game. That's going to be a little tougher. We didn't see really many substitutions going on, at least on the Desert Hills side. Stansbury had a lot of substitutions over on their side. So
I look at it like this. David Cordero Jr., I know he already got an award, but he's not an everyday guy. They're so loaded that he doesn't start every game, but in left field to start. And then Swanson at the plate, the sophomore, he's not an everyday guy. Sometimes he'll spell Wilson at catcher. Sometimes he'll be the DH, but sometimes he's not in the lineup. He's worked his way in most games. But there's a couple guys like that, and I kind of am looking at Swanson, the sophomore, and he's kind of one of those future stars.
Yeah, and you have someone like, let's say you get Hoydak in on the mound or something, so Tolman goes out in the field or whatever. I mean, you have these options where some of these guys aren't playing all the time. And so in a big playoff game like that, Swanson stepped up.
Yeah.
He stepped up. I like that.
Sharing the love. Thank you, Jersey Mike's, a sub above the rest. Stop by Southern Utah Jersey Mike's today and get it Mike's way. The 99 is the hot sub, the Philly cheesesteak that I always lean to. If I'm feeling hot, that's the 99. It's not even on the menu, but trust me, if you like Philly cheesesteaks.
I like the 17. The 17 is the classic Philly.
Yep, that's
good
too.
I had that yesterday. So
nice.
It was pretty good.
Nice. Do we have a final score? 8-3. Desert Hills has won it in softball. So the 1 seed baseball team 10-0. The 2 seed in 4A softball right behind us here. This was 3-3, and then that 6th inning, Desert Hills offensively erupts for 5 runs. They win it 8-3. The other scores before we sign off, Snow Canyon still leading 6-1, so Uinta did score a run the last 10 or 15 minutes since we last score updated. Crimson Cliffs baseball, Dixie baseball throwing out the first pitch right now.
Yeah.
So if you want to, you're leaving or you're in St. George and you're off early on a Friday, you can head over to Dixie or Crimson. I'm sure a lot of Thunder fans would lean Crimson just because they could potentially play the Mustangs next Monday at 4:30 if Crimson wins this game 2 over Mountain Crest.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good series over there. Between Crimson, Mountain Crest, Dixie, as you mentioned, as well, in a good series. So a lot of good baseball still being played today here in Southern Utah.
Also, Crimson softball, they are underway against Logan. Crimson, Grace Stuckey pitched to Jim. They won 1-0. Hurricane won yesterday. Desert Hills softball, Cedar softball. So as of right now, there's 6 baseball teams from Region 9 and 4 softball teams still hoping to dogpile on the mound and win a state championship next Saturday.
Yeah. Lots of teams that are going to be trying to take this one up for grabs, which it is. It's going to be a great week next week, starting things off on Monday with the first round of bracket play. Of course, Desert Hills now has punched their ticket in, and they're going to continue to stay in the number 1 spot, but they've got a really good matchup ahead of them with whether it's Crimson Cliffs or Mountain Crest. And as you mentioned, that game's starting up here in just a little bit.
Now, we had a thought that maybe we'll keep an eye on those other games. There's no way we can get our equipment across town, but if Crimson or Dixie and it went to a decisive game 3, pay attention to our socials. If we can get to a game, and if we have a game, we'll let you know. So stay close to that. But for now, right now, this is the only game we're bringing you because the other games are starting as we speak. So, and Snow Canyon looks like they're not going to have a game 3. They're up 6-1. So UNO would really have to rally. And my guess is Dixie and Crimson will take care of business today
more
anyway.
Than likely.
Yeah.
More
so
than likely.
Probably the only broadcast of the day. But like I said, keep an eye on the socials, and we'll let you know, and we'll get links out and everything. All right, Caden, final thoughts. Super Regional today. Desert Hills moving on, and they will get the winner of Mountain Crest Crimson that's firing up right now in Game 2. Crimson leading that best-of-3 series 1-0.
Yep, they will. So Desert Hills gets it done. They stay on top, and they prove that they're a team that can score runs. They didn't look that way yesterday against Stansbury. They did it here today. What will they do on Monday? That's the big question, but we will see. We'll be broadcasting live from Utah Tech University.
Yeah, 8 hits yesterday, but only scored 3 runs. Today, an offensive explosion. They win 10 runs and, of course, 10 hits. So 18 hits for a team that hits at 370 collectively, and they will be a big factor moving forward into next weekend. You guys enjoy your Mother's Day weekend, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and hope you enjoyed the coverage. Shout out and congratulations on a great season for Stansbury, Coach Jones. They got some young guys that will be back for another run next year, and always like a tip of the hat to the folks that bow out. There's some heartbroken kids over there, no question about it, but sports are bittersweet.
Yep.
Agony and defeat, it's a real thing. And everybody but one team going to feel that in the next week. So we'll keep an eye on that. And the Fan Sports Network, KSL Sports, will be right in the middle of it all. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show here on the Fan Sports Network. We'll see you next time.